Hey everyone. This is the first episode of debatably the worst podcast you will be listening to this week. But regardless, it's a podcast you
Is it
chose to
still
listen
called-
to. And the name of this podcast is Going Topless in reference to an old anime that a good friend of mine who is in this podcast too.
Boring. Get on to the topic.
It's not still prescription meth? It's
No,
not prescription
it's not
meth
any of that
anymore?
It's not any of that. We just decided on this
Damn.
one because the algorithm might not ever take it, and whatever it does, I don't give a fuck.
Damn.
Anyways, basically,
I'm gonna
everyone
keep
in
mine
this
as
sort of
prescription meth.
podcast we're doing is basically taking a subject, and we are just chatting shit about it for the next hour and a half. The first episode, which is going to be my episode, is going to be over VTubers. And I just realized I haven't introduced myself yet, like an asshole. My name is Matthew, and with me today are my three other friends. Introduce yourself.
Say your full name. Say your full name,
I'm
coward.
not saying my full name. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not saying my full name, bro.
That'll be
My
the
name
deepest lore.
is
That'll be
Lauren.
the deepest lore.
My name is James.
Correct.
You're gone. Anyone else?
And Tony, everybody.
Tony.
Jesus Christ.
Tony is
What's
Matthew.
up,
Matthew's Tony.
to my bitches with the tooth gap?
Yeah, this is going well already. I already love this.
We're gonna have to redo
No,
this,
no,
but whatever.
Yeah, just keep it in. Just keep it in. Who gives a fuck?
It will be
Keep
hell,
it as
but
it is.
whatever.
Anyways, who gives a fuck?
So today we're talking about
We're talking about VTubers today. That's the
Tell
first
me about
subject.
the simping, bro.
That's the first subject I chose because I relatively speaking know the most about it from everyone here out of everyone here, and I talk about it a lot. And everyone in this
so Matthew.
And you had to do extensive research.
not
but
really. I'm
nobody's gonna
basically
talk about
winging
that.
this right now.
Don't tell
The
him that.
extensive
You
research-
spent
the extensive research
years
is-
and hours.
Dude,
You
fuck
spent
you.
years
I am
researching this, Matthew.
I am not the master lore keeper of VTubers. There are so much shit about VTubers that I decided to give up because I was like, dude, fuck this. I only found out where it began, and that's also debatable. Like the beginning of this starts with a girl named a virtual YouTuber named Kizuna I, and like that's Kizuna I, and that's like
Oh,
debatable
okay.
because like
I
you can
think I-
technically say like Hatsune Miku is the first like sort of like virtual like idol.
Who the
slash
hell
star.
is that?
Who the hell is Hatsune Miku? What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah, who the
You've
heck
seen
is
her-
that?
you've okay.
Miku is...
Like
She's
you
the one
probably
with the blue hair.
Yeah, you've probably seen her before, Lauren. She is the 3D anime girl with blue hair. Like,
I've seen
who the
Michaela.
fuck is that?
This is already
Okay,
hell.
I guess we
Matthew,
both are
take
like,
over.
who the
You're
fuck?
the host.
Okay, so like, depending
Yep.
depending on like what your like relative definition of a VTuber or just like a virtual idol is, it can either be Hatsune Miku or it could be Kizuna I. But a lot of people generally relegate Kizuna I as the first virtual YouTuber. She debuted on YouTube on November 29th, 2016, and from there she really took off from there. She has like over, I think, like
Does she have blue hair?
No, that's Hatsune Miku. This is Kizuna I. Kizuna I is a fucking brown-haired, basically like what appears to be just like a normal high school like 16-year-old girl. She is wearing
Can you spell that for me?
Kizuna-ai. Kizuna I, Lauren. Kizuna I. And essentially she's like her whole color scheme is pink. She wears what essentially is just like a cut off sleeves like sailor uniform, but instead of like the traditional like blue and white that you normally see in like media, it's pink and white. It's got the bow and everything. And like from her debut, like she really, really took off like incredibly. Even still to this very day, she is like I think she has over like 2.5 like million subscribers like on YouTube, and like she has like a secondary channel that she just normally plays like video games on, like Let's Plays and stuff mostly, and that channel has like 1 million subscribers on it. But mostly, like, Kizuna Ai, like, on her main channel, she mostly puts out, like, really short form videos.
Okay, so is she an English or a Japanese?
She is a Japanese speaker.
Okay.
She's primarily, yeah, she's a Japanese speaker.
Are you sure that it's not like AI as in artificial intelligence? For
Wow,
the
Lauren.
AI?
You cracked the code. You got it.
You did it.
You did it. You
Heck
understand
yeah,
what the AI in Kizuna Ai means, because
Fucking
as I said,
Heck
she is
yeah, dude.
a virtual YouTuber.
Well, you said I. Why don't you just say
Because
AI?
there's no periods,
dude?
there's no dots, there's no like stopping in between. It's a lot of
Also,
a lot of her
I
fan
is like a
base
name.
and a lot of people relatively like delegate like really like say her name as all as one. So it's Kizuna Ai. That's usually how everyone refers to her
Never mind.
as. And yeah.
Then nobody should listen to me.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
never mind.
Lauren.
Okay, so
I'm done.
Lauren.
the
Lauren out here.
this is the humble origins. Okay.
Yeah, this is the humble origins
Yep.
of the virtual YouTuber. And so, like, going back to her content is, like, originally, from what I understand, was really short form. It was, like, 5-minute videos at most of her, like, really trying to, like, interact with, like, what seemed like you. Not like as, like, I guess, like, sort of as, like, a group of people, but, like, mostly specified
like some
towards,
JOI shit.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Some JOI shit.
Yeah, I am. I am, because it is a lot of shit. And, like, yeah, and she really took off, I suppose. She really took off from there. And it's crazy. She took off so much that, like, she, like, ended up being, like, courted, like, to be used as, like, I suppose, like, in video games and as a voice actor. And, like, she even has, like, her own, like, Nendoroid figures and stuff like that.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's the real money, is when you got the fucking
Yeah, like,
Nendoroids.
she got super franchised, essentially. And, like, I haven't seen this from any other
the
sort of
unfortunate
VTuber
things
out there.
those fucking figurines have seen, I can only imagine.
Yeah, like, I haven't seen this from any other sort of VTuber out there that, like, I've, like, delved into. Like, the extent of other people's merch, like, goes to, like, as far as, like, body pillows and, like, mouse pads. But Kizuna Ai is just, like, was, like, insane. Like I said, she's, like, in video games, they use her voice in commercials and shit, and they also have Nendoroid figures of her. I actually don't know what else she's in, but there's a lot of other shit that she's in. On her Wikipedia, it says, oh Jesus, she became the image of the Nissan's Instant Cup Noodle Ramen. What the fuck? In their advertisement?
Oh,
It's real crazy. And so, I suppose from there, VTuber, like VTuber culture really started to expand and explode out from there to the point, like, where we are now, where instead of really having much, like, history as, like, individual VTubers and stuff like that, there is more of a history of, like, different sort of companies and, like, talent agencies mostly, and, like, where they recruit from, and, like, how they have brought up, like, their, like, talents up into the VTubing culture, essentially. One that I personally follow, like, religiously, it seems like, is, a VTubing company called Hololive. And, if you've ever gotten any VTuber stuff recommended to you in your YouTube, like, feed, that's mostly a lot, like, that's the company that's, Jesus. Sick bong rips, bro. Hololive is mostly the company where you will, get those clips from, most of the time. And they are a Japanese, VTuber agency. And, a lot of their success is from tapping into, like, international markets and being really one of the first VTubing agencies to really like tap into like the American market per se, and like really
they found the the great American whale and
They-
and hunted that bitch down.
it's like not even that either. Like something about like the YouTube algorithm in general tends to like really pick up VTuber stuff, and I think
It's because they don't like fatties.
oh
Damn, bro.
Cause so they make all VTubers say
they
shit. Tell me I'm
they
wrong.
really do. Like, I mean, I've seen some like
Are we already gonna
I've
get
seen some,
into
like-
the body dysmorphia discourse?
I've seen some like girthy ones, but like they're also like
I've seen the thick ones. I know the thick ones are
They're-
out there.
yeah, they are. But those are mostly 3D models, and they're like they're crazy. 3D models are insane. They're awesome.
All right, nerdy. So I guess we should begin with the the inception of what is Hololive. How did it start? Is it a talent agency?
Yeah, I said that. It's a Japanese talent agency. We
Okay.
actually, it turns out that like because like Hololive is also like they're very open. A lot of their like talents are very open about like sort of not like really like the inner workings of how they make money, but like the people who work there. We actually know like who like the big boss is of the agency, and his
Oh,
name
no.
is like
Not Big Boss.
oh shit, what's his name? It starts with a Y. I'm gonna severely butcher this shit because I'm not Japanese, but it's
Yoshimitsu.
shut up. That's not it. It's I was gonna say Yaoguai. I don't know why that name is popping in my head. But
the main villain,
yeah, the-
fucking from Bleach.
No, it's the
Damn, bro,
it's
he
the
gets
fucking-
around.
Yoroshi-kun.
Give me a second. His name
Think
is
I'm gonna go
Yago. A lot of people refer to him as Yago. And you spell that Yagoo. And this dude is like the main guy who basically like put together like Hololive.
He
with his
owns
two
the
hands.
harem that is that is the Hololive girls.
What's up?
He owns the harem that is the Hololive girls.
Well, okay, so like apparently from what I've pieced together, this man like when he founded the company personally went out and like bought like iPhones because at the time when he was creating this company, iPhones were the only sort of technology that was one like cheap enough, two readily available, and three like relatively portable so he could get it out to his talents that had like augmented like AR like technology and VR tech.
Okay.
So like
they were running off of like Snapchat filters and shit at that point.
yep, essentially it's just like the iPhone like had like probably like I don't know what tech like what phone like shit is like in Japan, but I guess like the iPhone was just like one of the only like phones that were on the market at the time currently that had like this VR tech that could handle like what they were trying to do. So like he would go out and like personally buy these phones and then like with his two hands just like claw Hololive all the way to the top.
Okay.
And
he's out there liking all of his own videos, fucking liking and adding smiley faces to every person's comment. He's out here grinding.
Can you believe that he developed it? He developed a bot so that he could just bot his own videos, make it more popular.
Like I said, something about the YouTube algorithm just really picks up like these like VTuber clips. Like
Dude, what do you mean? It's catered to fat nerds. And what do fat nerds like? Anime chicks. I don't. I think it makes perfect sense to me.
I will send you a clip, and you don't even have to like just click on the clip. Don't even have to watch it. Watch like your like feed start to slowly creep in, like slowly like you watch the YouTube algorithm slowly start to creep in, like just VTuber girls. Probably not even Hololive girls specifically, but just like
The-
VTuber girls.
So that's what I'm waiting for, bro. Why are we talking about this fucking smelly fucking dude? Where are the girls, bro?
I think that depends. Like the discussion of like the girls like depend on like which like. So Hololive
I
has like
guess we should start with Gen. Was 0? Is it Gen 0 or Gen 1?
There's
what is the first gen?
there's like Gen 1, like there's like I don't exactly remember how many generations, like, and this even goes by like what like area of the world you're referring to too, because like I said, like Hololive really tapped into like different markets all around the world. So they have like a generation, like currently right now they have Generation 1 in America. They have Generation 2 in like mainland Asia. And then in Japan, I think they have like 3 generations of like Hololive girls. And there's
Okay.
like
That's honestly less than I thought there was gonna be.
see, mind you, these generation of like girls, there's like usually like I think like 5 or 6 of them in a generation.
So, okay, what? I'll save one of these questions for later, but like, this is the most honest and important question. Which one's got the biggest titties, though?
Oh, that there's a
That's the questions that you two has to be asking, not you.
Hey, dog, our podcast is called Going Topless. We gotta know. These are the biting questions.
there is a there is a dragon girl that like her like boob physics are like out of this world, like too much.
Well, leave it in chat, bro. Don't be a coward.
let me look her up. I'll look her up. If I can remember her name, I will put a picture in the Discord for you guys to see.
Yo, bro,
And
you know
hopefully-
her titties, but you don't know her name?
He's gonna put it in a picture. Oh my
Hopefully Tony will put it in the post editing of this
Uh,
bullshit.
I'll do my best to try and add like visuals along with what we're saying.
I cannot wait for this shit to happen. Anyways, so like the end goal, it seems, for like, so like VTubing seems to be like, relatively speaking, like a vessel to like jumpstart a lot of these girls' careers, because if you go into like each individual VTuber, you see that a lot of these girls really don't have like any personal experiences with like voice acting originally, which is
Okay,
interesting.
I mean, it makes sense. That's honestly, I could see why that would be, especially from the way you make it sound. Of the guy was like basically had like nothing at the beginning, so he probably didn't have the money to pay like high name voice actresses to be like, you know, a virtual YouTuber. Also, I feel like it would be harder to like pay or get someone that is like a like classical voice actor or voice actress to get into such a thing.
That's like, that's
At least
like
from the beginning.
relatively. That's like
Now it's
relatively
making
like what
hand
happens.
over fist money, so I'm sure people are wishing they got in.
Oh, dude, I will get into that like in my like from what little research I make. They make a dumb amount of money.
And that's
dumb-
secretly why you wanted to make this
A
podcast.
stupid amount of money. A stupid amount of money. And like that's like speculative too. Like at best, that's just like shot in the dark at guess.
So I did my own little bit of investigational journalism.
Okay.
And a certain squid girl, the one who draws.
Oh, dude, Eno.
During like just over the course of like 20 to 30 minutes, got like $2,500 or $2,600.
Yeah, dude. So that's
After
like
mentioning only
Tony.
mentioning that like she kind of like it wasn't even that she was like baiting that like, oh, I need a new computer. She just like kind of mentioned, oh, Blender crashes my computer sometimes.
so that's like the culture side of like
Is that
VTubing.
culture?
No,
Is that-
okay, because that mostly is the fan base, right? So like the fan base of like VTubing, I will admit, filled with a bunch of simps. fuck it. I've simped before. I gave away my fucking Amazon Prime to a VTuber that I like. I'm not afraid to admit it.
Oh my
Fuck you.
god.
Shout out to Fruit. Shout out to
More
to Fruit.
important than life itself.
Tony, it's funny that you mentioned like investigative journalism because that's what I am currently trying to study, and it's an interesting career.
That sounds
to
like
do.
that sounds like a
Because of shit
That
like
sounds
this.
like a perfect thing to do your lore lecture over.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
Dude.
there's like a lot of like simping and like from what I've seen, they get into these like basically bidding wars. Like there are compilation
Jesus.
dude, there are compilation videos of people
That's
just getting
dark-sided, bro.
into like bidding wars, like unprovoked too. Like a lot of these girls
That
like
could end badly, dude.
like a lot of these girls like don't do it like they don't provoke these like types of things. Like they perfectly
That's
understand.
the worst kind. It's the
Yeah.
innocents.
They don't, and
They're
perfectly,
trying to
but
corrupt
the thing-
them with their money.
I would relatively say I believe they have a pretty good understanding of who their fans are. Because like if you go and look at like I guess sort of like weird sort of like interviews.
What's the Grim Reaper call her fans?
Oh,
Degenerates?
Nah, dude, she calls them deadbeats.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
She calls them
To a
deadbeats.
certain degree. She knows
And-
exactly who's watching her.
Yeah, she basically like bullies them for like relatively I would say like some of the time she bullies them. There's a really good clip where someone sent her a message saying that she really fucking sucks at the recorder. And she basically just like looks at the camera and just like, hey, fuck your friend. And then she just plays the recorder really shitty. It's a really good like 2-second clip.
That sounds pretty good.
I fucking love it.
So I wonder if, like, the stream-wise, if it's like an entirely male fan base, but if like the YouTube clip-wise, if there may have like a more female edge, and that's why it has such a high echelon surge of views on YouTube.
So like, funny you mentioned like the male like sort of side of like that thing. Like, so like Hololive is also trying to tap into like the female side kind of hard. They have like another division that is mostly just males. It's called like Hollow Stars, I believe.
And they are forced to be separate. They will never meet.
See, yeah,
They will never touch tips.
I think they've
In the 3D
I think they've
realm.
done. I believe they've done collaborations, but the thing about like Hololive is that they only do collaborations within their own like sort of talent agency, which really fucking sucks. I'm not gonna lie. That really sucks because I would really love to see like the Hololive girls interact with like smaller indie like VTubers or like other talent agencies just in general, because I think that would be a lot of fun to see like the clashing personalities. But there's like a sort of like
Do they also have to do a weird thing where if someone leaves, they can't like acknowledge them anymore?
So I don't know actually, because I have never heard of anyone leaving. I think one person has left, but I think you're right. I haven't really heard of them. But I think the thing is that this makes so much money for them.
Oh, I imagine.
These girls
I imagine it's making
like
I said, she made like $2,600 just by like offhandedly mentioning that in like 30 minutes.
like these girls.
So it's like I can only imagine just over an 8-hour stream.
These girls make so much money, and it's like I said, like this is not only a vehicle for like getting famous online, but this is also a vehicle into like voice acting. This is a vehicle for starring in commercials. This is a vehicle for getting sponsorships. Like VTubing in general.
I guessing that's why they are so particularly family friendly, even though I don't imagine many children actually watch VTubers as much as like.
See, the thing is like that's only like Hololive. Like that's their like
Okay.
sort of like MO. is that they are like family friendly. But like
the
recently,
more underground you get, the hornier
you no
get.
no 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 like that is true. You actually do like you do tend to get like a little looter the more like indie you get. However, however, like the first like real like American like so there's like an American like actual like VTuber group, which
Okay,
is like
yeah. When are we gonna get into the actual lore of these girls, bro?
it depends like
We're
it depends on
26
what you
minutes
want.
in. Quit pussyfooting around.
I'm basically just giving you like
Didn't you say?
go on.
I was gonna say, didn't you say that one of them got exposed for being like a guy or something?
I don't. Did one of them get exposed for being? There was one.
Maybe it was like a
No,
Twitch
there
person.
was one like indie VTuber that I heard like not recently, but like a year or so ago that got exposed for just being like a Japanese dude with a high voice. Like the system crashed and like
Oh no!
his like program
System
crashed
is
and he got
crashed.
exposed for being a dude.
Hatsune
that's what it
Miku.
was.
It's Hatsune Deku.
Also, like
How many of these people are just fat neckbeards? I want them all. I want it to be just a giant cult.
Well, I
of
mean,
fat
you know what
Japanese
Matthew
men.
looks like, so clearly it's not all neckbeards. It's
No,
clearly
man.
some put together men
And they're
that just
not all
like anime
fat.
girls too much.
yeah, it's just a group
Maybe not too much, but that's debatable. I mean,
it's
you did
relatively
give up
speaking
the most
just a
important thing in your life, Twitch Prime.
yeah, group of dudes who just like anime girls, like a lot. That's relatively what it is.
Yeah.
That's relatively just what it is.
Exactly.
I mean, like, you would, if you, like, that's basically, like, the nitty gritty, like, basic, like, lore of, like, VTubers. Like, if you want to know or understand more, I am willing to give you more, like, detailed, orientated views of, like, different, like, sort of different groups that I know. Because, like, every girl has, like, some weird fabricated, like, story. Because, like, it has to be a fantasy thing. Like, it can't just be, like, a real life thing. Like, every VTuber has a different personality. Like, has a different personality, has a different... And, like, their personality is based off of their backstory.
Okay, then I
all
guess
relatively different.
Then I guess give us a grab bag of the ones that you're most familiar with. Then
I am familiar with all of the Hololive English girls.
of course you are.
Yes, I am. I am familiar with Callie. I am familiar with Kiara, Eno, Gura, and Watson. I know all of them. I watch a couple of their clips.
Well, okay, you give us the nitty gritty on that. Who's best and worst girl?
Who's best girl?
Who's
For
best
me,
and worst?
it's definitely Callie, and that's just because like I know her the most.
I love her cringy rapping.
I'm about it, dude. I'm about it.
That's fine.
I'm
That's
about
fine.
it. Fuck it. Like, why not?
You just can never complain about white guy rap ever again.
I guess I can't. I listen. Look, I listen.
Just as long as it's not Christian rap.
Dude,
I
it's pretty
mean,
good.
it's above Christian rap.
Especially rapping for
There it
It's
Jesus.
above
is.
Christian rap, but it has anime references and like, you know.
It's for good boys and girls.
It's for good boys and girls, I guess.
It's for good boys and girls. I don't know. Like her streams are relatively like she's relatively like she's a little aggressive sometimes in her streams, and she has like some
I do
of, like,
want her to step on me.
Yes, yeah, that's basically it. Like she's like
It's like Satsuki from Kill la Kill.
yeah, man. Like in lore, canonically, she is like a Grim Reaper like s character. So like she has like her character's design is like really cool. Like it has like a bunch of spikes. She has a scythe that she wields. She has a veil. She has a little tiny crown. She's got pink hair. It's lit. And every once in a while, she will just
She has to be everybody's waifu. She's got pink hair. That's
Yeah.
like an immediate,
She's great.
an immediate flag.
She's great. She does, like, sometimes every once in a while, she'll do a wine drinking stream. And I'm like, fuck, I'm all about that shit. It's lit. Let's do it.
Matthew's in the fucking, he's in the fucking bathrobe, washing it down with the glass next to his laptop.
Yeah, man. You gotta, yeah, dude. I'm drinking it up too. However, a lot of these VTubers stream out of Japan, so when it's nighttime for them, like
It's like
it is,
4 a.m.
it is like literally like 8 a.m. over here, and I'm at work. So I'm like, fuck.
Feels bad.
Getting drunk at 7:30 in the morning because your favorite anime waifu
Told you to.
decided
Yeah, man.
they told you to.
Yeah, man.
My
Also,
anime
you are
waifu
now
told me to day
100 and
It,
you are now $130 poorer because you downloaded biddies just for her to say half of your name.
nah, man.
Oh, dude.
I subscribed to her to get the emotes, bro.
Oh, so she's the one you sent the Twitch Prime emote to.
No, that's Fruit, and we'll get into her. We'll get into her
Okay.
here in a bit
Okay.
because you wanted the rest of the girls.
Gotcha. So who's worst girl? Or I guess we'll go down your list of favorite to least favorite, and we'll figure out which is your least favorite by that way.
Okay,
By
so
proxy.
I would say my next one is Kiara. She is canonically in lore. She is a phoenix, and she did a really interesting bit with that, where her YouTube channel got like nuked, like essentially, like it got like content flagged, which is really weird, and then it got like blown up, like it got deleted off the face of the planet. So
for what reason?
Just because like the fucking bot flagged her shit. Like it just like falsely content striked her shit, and then it just got nuked essentially. And because like in real life in lore universe she's a phoenix, she was able to use that sort of like bit to like play to her, like she used that as her strength to play to her like her whole phoenix thing where she got reborn. Fun fact, I think we actually like know sort of like the most about her, like her like actual in real life like persona.
we have the binder that is the
like
most
relatively speaking, we know the
her.
most about her from what I understand. From what I understand, her in real life persona
On
is
the
like
dark wiki.
she was like an Olympic grade athlete from Germany, and she was supposed to run the torch during the Japanese Olympics, but then COVID hit, and so she had to stay in Japan, and so she tried out for Hololive on a whim and got the job. So there's that. And she likes to run, and that is also reflected in her like character model. She has like sneakers. She has blue sneakers in her character model. She also has a sword and a shield. It's really weird. Like it only showed up like, from what I understand, that shit only showed up like once or twice. Like in her actual like, I think it showed up once in her debut stream, and then it was never talked. It was like it has never showed up ever again. It's really odd. Like they fully like 3D animated this sword and shield, and it just never shows up ever again.
Some man handcrafted that sword and shield with love and tries himself every night whenever his waifu doesn't use it in the streams.
Definitely.
And ignores his super chats.
Most definitely. I think after that there's
so
Ina.
How many of them are okay, yeah, go ahead.
No, there's Ino, who in lore is like a speaker for like an eldritch being essentially.
Okay.
Like her character design.
She's the squid girl, right?
Yeah, she is the squid girl. Her character design has like a bunch of tentacles shooting out from her back, and like they carry like a floating book, and that has its own like sort of unique personality. And like if you look closely at her like
did that happen before or after she played a Nier game?
I think, I don't know actually. I don't even think she even plays Nier. Her streams are mostly like really like soft spoken. Like she's a really soft spoken girl, and like she really doesn't like, she isn't like high energy like most of the other girls are, and like relatively like she plays like really chill games, while also she's a really talented drawer too. So she like does like a lot of like 3D like fan drawings of all of the other girls and stuff like that, and they're pretty good. I'd say like 10 out of 10. They're pretty solid.
Okay, so if I were to try and get into them, the easiest you would say is probably her. At least in like easy listening wise.
Yeah, easy listening, I would say Ino, but like like I said, she has a really soft voice, so like it could really put you to sleep. Honestly,
Oh no!
like
Oh
it's
no! My ASMR waifu
it
making me
can.
fall asleep. How am I supposed to stay awake so she can not mention my super chats?
Yeah, man. How are you? Um. After that, I would say Watson. Uh, and her whole entire bit is that she's just a female, like Watson from a fucking Sherlock Holmes.
Okay.
Like that's her whole entire like sort of like bit. But like she is probably the most like high energy like girl out of all of them. So like her stuff is she plays a lot of like first person shooters. She is relatively toxic when it comes to playing video games. Like
What does that mean? Is that a meme or is that like real?
There's a really good like meme going around about her like there's a voice clip of her playing like Apex Legends and she dies and she starts screaming and she starts hitting her desk and then she starts yelling and someone put that to the Doom soundtrack.
That's pretty good.
Because it
By
fits
the
really
way,
well.
speaking of famous clips, I think you grossly skipped a major event of Hololive where every person that I was like personally introduced to it that wasn't like in the know about it was introduced by the GTA 5 master clip.
Oh, was it the
What?
Who was
You
it?
know the one. I
know
sent
the-
it to you.
I can't remember who it was, but I know
Oh,
what
it was
that-
many girls. It was many of them. It was all
Yeah.
they were all the Japanese ones. But yeah.
Yup, it's the relatively speaking like the edgier Hololive girls. And yeah, that clip went super viral. And I don't really
What's the clip, Matthew?
it's a clip of one of the Hololive girls basically just saying the N-word in really broken like English.
I think it's a little bit further than just saying the N-word. There's like some of them that are like singing it. There's some of them that are like harmonizing with it.
Tony, just put the link of the video down below so everyone can see this.
I'll put it in the
Because this
I'll put it in the description too.
Because the video is both incredible and terrible at the same time.
It has the same energy as Master Miller telling you good job over punching and killing the the African child soldiers.
Basically.
So when can I get like Big Titty Helen Mirren
Helen Mirren?
as like an YouTuber?
I don't know who that is.
But she's the British woman from every fucking movie. Have you ever seen Red? Red 2?
Of course,
Fucking,
Red and Red 2.
I don't know.
My favorite
all of her
movies
movies,
with Helen
dude.
Mirren.
Dude, what the fuck is this? Red.
Fuck is what? Helen Mirren?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Why
An
do you
actress.
I
want
don't
the
know.
titty
Why do you-
version of
Why would you
of this
want a
old
VTuber?
woman, man?
Why would you want a VTuber model of this old lady?
It's not that I want this. I just want it to exist somewhere.
I don't think you'll ever get this because all of them are just like original creations, essentially. They're just anime girls, bro.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Dude, I'm sure the succubus was never created before a fucking YouTuber went out and just yoinked that shit.
Ooh.
so,
Ooh.
so my next question, burning and very important. How old are these anime girls supposed to be that these people are simping so hard for?
Is it like SpongeBob, where SpongeBob's actually like 30?
Yeah, I would say it ranges from the character lore, is the thing. So a lot of what's happening now is a lot of them are just setting them in fantasy bases. But you know the Japanese, like...
You know the
culture.
Japanese!
So, like, I would say,
yeah.
like, I would say the most prevalent one is Gura. A Gura, fun fact, is the Hololive girl I like the least. don't really like her voice.
Damn,
Don't-
bro, throwing the hammer down.
It's a really controversial opinion because of what I'm about to say.
I was gonna say, isn't
Gargura,
she the most popular?
she is, and she is the second most popular VTuber in the world.
Ooh. Who's-
I think she has like 1.5 million subscribers or some shit on her YouTube channel. No,
Damn,
not
really?
even.
Jeez.
Not
You're
even.
punching
not even.
up for this one, baby.
She
You're
doesn't have
punching
like a
against
million.
the side.
She's just like the second. She's like the second most popular like VTuber in the world. But the thing is I do not like her voice. I do not like her what she plays. I, relatively speaking, do not like her personality.
What are you talking about? You love Minecraft Let's Plays, bro.
She's only like relatively speaking good at like rhythm games. That's like her niche.
What a bastard.
And
How
even though
dare she?
as much as I love rhythm games, I just like when I'm listening to this sort of stuff and I'm doing other things, she like really has nothing interesting to say, it feels like.
Damn.
Um
Okay.
but a lot of people like her, and I'm not gonna deter those people from liking her. That's just, it is what it is, man. If you like
Gargura, lollies, bro,
yeah, she
then
is
that's
a
for
lolly.
you.
But she is like canonically like 1,000 years old because in her lore she's like from Atlantis.
I believe
that's her
I
whole
saw
entire
because I personally investigated her age specifically.
Yeah. What'd you get?
Over 9,000.
There it is. There it is. There it is. And so, yeah. That's generally speaking how they get around that sort of stuff, I would say. But like that doesn't excuse like the whole weird lolly like sort of culture that Japan has, which I guess is a rant for a different day.
That I do not want to get into.
That is a whole for a different day.
The day is when I fucking die. Then you can talk about
You stupid
this.
assholes in the comments can fucking debate about it there.
You're fucking wrecked, nerds. I really don't
And I'll
wanna talk
ignore
about
all of
lollies.
them.
Don't want to talk about lollies like at
I'll
all.
shadow ban your ass. I love the way people describe the fucking shadow ban shit. Like, they get so butthurt.
I thought that was just like TikTok.
No, shadow banning is everywhere, Lauren.
Nah, yeah, that's it's a
Rip.
pretty ubiquitous, like, thing.
Lauren, do you just stay like? Are you just on like hyper on TikTok all the time?
All women know is
Almost
lie,
always.
eat hot chip, and cry on TikTok.
I realized that I have like a weird eye condition from TikTok today, so I'm kind of
The
like,
fuck?
oh, okay.
What the fuck?
Did you do the change your eye color challenge by pouring bleach into your face?
No, I have this thing apparently called like Sanpuku eyes, where like apparently in Japanese myth, like it's associated with like tragic fate and
You're
like
gonna
I
death.
think you're getting played.
And yeah,
James,
dude, and
you got
I looked at
poo-poo
my eyes
eyes.
and I was
James,
like,
Lauren
no.
is going to die.
You
I
got
was like,
poo-poo
of
shitty
fucking
eyes.
course. I was like, me and my tired eyes are gonna die soon. Of
James,
course.
Lauren is going to die. How do you feel about that?
Dude, don't worry. If she ever becomes an YouTuber, I'll actually fucking.
Well, then you can
I will
immortalize
straight
her
up
soul,
Crispin Law
right?
my
Like, it
girlfriend.
could be
Dude,
like a
you
Patrick
can-
Bateman thing.
You can buy 3D rigging software off of Steam for a pretty good
Oh
price.
my god, Matthew. When is that gonna happen?
I
When
love
is
you
someone
guys.
gonna kill
Thank
their
you.
girlfriend and then pretend to be them as a VTuber?
What are you talking about?
When can I
Oh,
get in? Why can I
sick.
get a VTuber of Chris Benoit? but like with the concussion.
Oh no! He just grumbles the entire time and then goes into a blind rage and punches the screen.
He just has one eye that's bigger than the other. The other one's
Oh,
slightly
don't do
smaller.
that.
And he's just talking
Chris
about
Benoit
like
couldn't
crazy
help that.
shit.
His head got dropped a lot. He
Yay.
got dropped on his head a lot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you take the Stone Cold Stunner right to the
I mean,
face.
yeah. They do
6
that
nights a
way.
week for
They
20
do that
years.
way.
Jesus.
Alright,
Jesus
alright, we're
Christ.
getting off topic. The Hololive.
And that's basically all of the girls I know from Hololive English. I mean, there's a bunny girl, from Japan that I also kind of follow, but only when I watch her clips with the English subtitles on them.
You're not that deep yet. You're not full simp where you don't even, because you need to get into that too, where there was a long period of time where there was many English speakers just in the Japanese chats, like
Oh yeah.
simping
Oh
at the
yeah.
shit out of this when they had
See,
no fucking idea what the fuck any of them were even saying at that point.
so like what like this is just like a testament to how incredible or how terrible, depending on how you see it, the internet is because like as they're making these videos or as they're streaming and people are clipping their streams, like in real life, like in real time, people are translating their clips. So like you tend to like
We got this Crunchyroll like an hour later shit going on.
basically essentially,
Where
and
we
it's
got the
just like
simulcasts.
like these videos are like these like clips of their like moments on streams are getting uploaded like maybe like even
That's why the
like the
Baki manga will never get fully translated.
like the fastest one I've ever seen was like 30 seconds after like the clip happened. Like they
Yeah.
clipped it, they translated it, and then it just immediately got us sent to YouTube. And I was like, that was fucking fast. How did you do that, bro? How'd you do that?
So, I don't know how much you might know about this, but how much content theft is also rampant throughout the VTuber scene?
Oh, it's everywhere, man. It's literally everywhere. Like I said, if you start like if your YouTube recommendation feeds start like recommending you VTuber stuff, it's just everywhere. It's just like short like 7-second clips, 10-second clips of just like snippets from all over like the area, from all over the place.
All just filled with ads. Just fucking.
I think they
with ads.
well, since they're like 30 seconds long to a minute long, I think like they can't trigger
they can
that
only
sort of
put the
ad
two.
thing.
They can only put 2 in. But if it's 10 minutes longer, baby, ooh,
Yeah,
ooh.
man. There's a lot of like just like stolen content just everywhere. It feels like. But like I said, with like it seems like sort of without that sort of thing and like without like people translating their shit, like this stuff wouldn't have really kicked off as hard. Even though like Hololive is expanding out, like I don't think they would have expanded out first because without like sort of testing the waters, because like Japanese like companies are just sort of like that, where they really don't do anything without like they really don't like expanding into international waters. Like they hate America. Let's just be real. Like Japan hates America, bro.
They
Like-
hate money. They you know, they don't need our filthy gaijin dollars.
It's like I don't even think it's
It's
that.
not.
I think
It
it's
doesn't.
just,
It isn't good.
I think it's just the fact that they hate like making money in America, or just relatively speaking, making like admitting like
it's
like,
the
like
proud
catering.
samurai spirit, bro. They can't
it's like
admit
catering
defeat.
to Americans. It's like the idea of like why like Japanese fighting game companies won't
Technology is
fucking
their
put,
thing, bro.
they won't put fucking rollback back in their games because it's American made.
Well, we'll get into that whenever we get into a fighting game.
That's another hole. Yeah, but anyways,
Whenever
yeah.
you do the Tekken lore.
Do the second Lord, the Fist of the Iron King. It's just gonna be me yelling that some kid survived getting thrown into a fucking volcano. Anyways, so that's like relatively speaking all of like the girls from Hololive that I like. Another company is a very degenerate, like more degenerate side
Jesus
of VTubing.
Christ! There's two. There's
Yeah,
more
dude.
of them.
There's so many
This
more
one-
of them. James.
This one, bro, this one is degeneracy. It's just like degeneracy reincarnated.
So what does that
Is it
mean?
just porn?
Yeah, exactly. Is it just
Okay,
eroge?
I will explain it. I will explain it when I get into the girls. This company, the other company that I like is called V Shoujo. And I believe that's like a pun. I forget what the actual translation of that sort of that name is.
It
And,
just that I'm assuming that literally just means like V girl, because like shoujo is like the like feminine.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Maybe that's where that's from. I heard an explanation for it somewhere or something like that. But anyways, yeah, you're right. You're probably right. And V Shoujo is an American VTuber agency that was made by like an ex like Twitch like engineer, either a Twitch engineer or
Of course
an
it was.
ex Twitch founder. I forget what it was. and he
What can I say, dude? They know their
Oh
audience.
Jesus!
Fat
Okay,
nerds.
can I make one thing just right off the bat? Looking at these character
Yeah, go ahead.
designs, do they are they forced to make them pick the most garish colors that they can choose? I don't know. I
It
guess
depends on the.
Who needs
it's
a color
seeing
scheme
them
when
in
you
a
have
lineup.
fake
I
tits?
guess is what makes
I think
them
it
look so
depends on.
conflicting.
I think it depends on like what company you're referring to, because I know the Hololive girls all had their models given to them by the company, and their backstory was given to them by the company. Uh, V, yeah, yeah, they're a lot more professional. That's the thing. That's
Ex-
the.
I don't know if professional is the word I'm going to use.
It
for
definitely
this.
is in comparison to V Shoujo, which I will explain right fucking now.
Okay, go ahead. All right,
So V Shoujo,
start with favorite and least.
you
Just start from
motherfuckers.
favorite to least favorite.
I got to explain at least a little bit of the history.
Go for
V
it.
Shoujo is what you would call, or what they say is a talent first company, and what that basically means is that they get to keep their models. They also, all of the content that they make is theirs. Uh, the reason why they joined this company is so that they can get upgrades for their models and can also be like essentially like backed up in a court of law.
They can
Like-
they're this is like their transhumanist contract.
Yeah, yeah. And so
This
a lot
is
of
the
these
PMC war effort.
a lot of these girls
Unfucking
a
fortunate.
lot of these girls originally were indie VTubers. So you
Okay.
have Project Melody, who originally was an indie VTuber who, and get this, originally streamed on ChatterBait as like.
Ooh, okay. Now we're talking. What was her
They
name?
really know their audience good,
What was
don't
her name?
they?
Project Melody? Okay,
Yes,
yeah. Let
Project
me open
Melody.
that link in a new tab.
They really try to reach to their
Yep.
audience.
That's why I say V
Ooh,
Shoujo.
okay.
Actually, what they do is they give their audience the
Oh
reach
That's
my
why I say
around.
God.
V Shoujo is the more like degenerate side of
Oh
VTubing.
Jesus! Yeah,
And
it's
so-
right there at the very beginning. Project
Uh,
Melody is an American virtual streamer, often referred to as an H girl or hentai girl. Her initial and primary streaming platform is ChatterBait, but she later branched off to Twitch for safe for work content and YouTube for Twitch clips. While originally an independent
There it
streamer,
is.
she is now part of the agency of V Shoujo, baby.
There it is. Yeah, she started off as.
They fucking even got her
streamer.
ChatterBait account linked right in the fucking Wikitubia.
Yeah, man. She still uses it to this day. She even sort of like.
Is she
if
the one you
go
gave
on
up
her
your Twitch emote to?
No. Like I said, that's Fruit, guys.
Wasn't her name
No,
Juice?
Fruit.
Oh yeah, Fruit.
I will be getting to her shortly. Still starting with Project Melody.
Okay.
Because Project Melody.
Gotcha.
So, like, Project Melody is also like a founder of V Shoujo. She was the one that really kind of like got the gears running, because I believe out of all of them, she is the most popular just because she streamed on ChatterBait, and so she was able to get that sort of audience into like her Twitch stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
And what's crazy is, I guess it's not really crazy, she still like advertises that sort of stuff. Like when she's like showing her schedule, she will show what days she's streaming on Twitch and what days she's streaming on ChatterBait. She like does not give a
I mean,
fuck.
I guess she's
doesn't give a
she's
shit.
taking the Bella Delphine route, which you gotta respect it. I have no qualms with it personally.
Yeah, but
Do you have to respect it? 'Cause I don't.
I mean, I don't have to pay into it because I'm not that much of a soulless simp. So, because I have the self-control to not throw money at any woman willing to show me a piece of her body, then be that way.
yeah,
That
she's
said,
not,
Larkin
like,
Love,
she's
hit
not
me up,
super
yo.
into it.
That's the real reason I'm doing this podcast.
I would say, so relatively speaking, her like backstory, like her sort of backstory thing, is that she is an AI that got into like hentai. And, like,
fuck off.
It's crazy.
Fuck off! She's
It's
literally
crazy.
hentai Miku.
Yeah, she got into hentai, and that's like her sort. It's either that. Someone check me for that. Fuck it. Someone fact check me on that. But
Let me check her fucking Wikitubia.
her fan base is called the Science Team.
She accidentally was
It's like-
infected with an email that
There it is.
that
There it is.
that
There it is.
email porn virus. Since then, she's been obsessed with all lewd things.
So let me get this straight. So does she like go around with like the Stephen Hawking voice, and she's like, "I want you to jerk off."
No. But there is a
Jerk
girl
off
in
in my
VShojo
mouth,
that does
please.
that. There is a girl in VShojo
Oh
that
yes.
has that voice.
No!
There is a
Suck, 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 suck,
Don't
suck,
do
suck.
that to me, Chief. Don't do that to me, Chief. No.
there is a
That sounds so non-committal. I would believe it if Tony said, "Hey, sometimes I just want a jerk off
I
video
said
from
no.
Stephen Hawking
I
himself."
don't. I told you. I'm fucking doing this for Larkin Love.
like I said. Let me get into the other
Tessa
VShojo girls
Fowler,
because there is
You
one.
out there?
There is one that talks like that. There are a couple of other girls. There's Iron Mouse, who basically like her bit is that she has a high pitched voice like naturally.
Oh no.
Like she's not like she like her anime like sometimes you can distinguish like the voice and the VTuber like character model. Sometimes you can like there is like a weird like dissonance between the two. But like with her, it's like all in one personality. Like it's all right there because of her voice and her character model. Like her character model is like a hot pink like color. Like that's her color palette. And she is a small demon girl with a tail.
Okay, so she makes fun of you and tells you about how small your dick is.
Basically.
Gotcha.
Basically. And then you have
Mm.
Silverdale, who is a fox girl with just ginormous titties. Just like ginormous titties for literally no reason. Like,
What do you mean no reason?
I-
There's obviously
Nah,
reasons
bro.
to make money.
Nah,
I
bro.
want gigantic titties. I asked you
if you
earlier
see
who's
this-
got the biggest titties, though.
It's definitely this girl.
I'm
dude.
looking
Like,
at
she's
another
got,
girl
like,
that's right next to her that clearly has bigger titties than her.
is it the dragon one?
Zen Treya? Yeah, I think she's a dragon.
Yup, that's the dragon one. She is a dragon girl. And so her thing is that she talks in the way that James does with the Stephen Hawking voice. She actually does that.
Seriously? It's the dragon one with
Yeah,
the biggest titties? No, I'm betrayed.
Yes.
Betrayed.
She talks like that.
Betrayal.
She talks like that because in real life she doesn't want people to know what she's doing. Like she doesn't want to get like figured out. So she actually talks like that.
Betrayal.
Like she talks like text to speech. Like no joke.
Betrayal. I'm out
but
here
yeah.
like Spoonie. Fucking betrayal, man. This is bullshit.
She's cool though. She recently got like a character model update that has like she has less makeup on, and like that character model looks really really good.
And for some reason, she has toothpaste all over her mouth, like dried
wow.
toothpaste.
Yeah,
I'm
bro,
thinking
hell
it's
yeah.
toothpaste.
Yeah, man. It'd be like that.
So you skipped the fox girl.
Silverdale. She's a furry.
Oh,
It's got big titties.
okay.
And with
Why do
God.
all the big titty girls
God.
gotta be ruined with like these fucking like altercating fetishes?
she's nice.
It's not fair.
Relatively speaking, she's like nice. With her, Silverdale, Iron Mouse, and Project Melody, they as a trio have their own podcast called the Lewdcast, and they just
Of course,
they just talk
do.
about all things lewd. Like I've listened to it before. It's pretty.
All
funny
right,
sometimes.
what's wrong with Hime Hajime?
Make it hard to be friends.
Hime Hajime, Hime Hajime, I can't even pronounce your fucking name, is the one VTuber that we actually know who that person is in real life.
Bum, bum,
Like
bum.
everyone knows who that person is in real life. And spoiler alert, it's if you guys know who Giga is, the Anime Zone guy, it's his wife.
Oh wait, is that crazy Asian dude on Twitch?
No, that is not him.
No, Giga is just the most. I don't know. I haven't watched him in a few years. I'm not gonna. I don't have any
Giga
opinions
is-
about him really.
Giga
just makes
is just
anime
like
videos.
an anime guy. Yeah, he's like relatively speaking one of the oldest like anitubers on the platform.
That's not
I would
true,
say.
but whatever.
Like, whatever.
Whatever.
That's what I would say. And it's his girlfriend, Sydney, or no, his fiance Sydney, or she also goes by SidSnap. She has a video actually on her YouTube channel about her trying out for the job.
So
too,
is this like a
which is
Meg
really
Turney
funny.
situation?
Like,
why did she
where-
specifically choose the lewd one? Whatever.
Because her whole like MO is like lewd
Oh, that's
stuff.
I guess right.
Like,
You
if
said
you,
that
like-
she has like something about reviewing like manga or
like sex toys and like shit like that. Like her whole entire thing is just like talking about hentai. So like that's why she's a part of V Shoujo, or that's why she fits kind of well in V Shoujo.
Okay.
I've seen some of her streams. She like the thing about her is I can't, because I also
So I guess this
like,
would be
watch
closer
her
to an
YouTube channel.
iDubbbz OnlyFans girlfriend
Yeah.
situation. I guess. In a way.
Sort of, but like it's funny.
I mean,
people,
it's
like,
funny.
people
Both of
aren't
those
outing
things
her.
were funny to me. Like,
Yeah, they
honestly.
were. Yeah, they were. My problem with her is that I can't like.
I can't J.O.
like, there
her,
is
bro.
Not even that. There's like no anonymity anymore. Like I already know this person as a different personality on a different channel that I also like actively watch. So that's my one problem with her.
Yeah, we get it, dude. You go on Pornhub. You don't gotta fucking
Yeah,
brag
man,
about it.
I do. It's lit. So there's that. There's her. I think the last girl in the roundup is my favorite girl. The one that I dropped my Twitch Prime for to get her emotes. That's Fruit. Is in lore canonically a lich. She's soft spoken. She does all of her own art. I think she did the art and like some of the 3D rigging, or not even some of the 3D rigging. I believe she did some of like the 3D like modeling for some of the girls like models in V Shoujo. Like she's a really talented like 3D artist and just like a 2D artist in general. And I have watched some of her streams, and she, out of all of them, is probably the most wholesome. That's not saying a lot, though. That's the thing.
She is playful and cute Chinibio who enjoys creating art, gaming, singing, and just chatting on stream.
Yup.
I know what just chatting
Unlike
means.
every other member of V Shoujo, she is very restrained when it comes to swearing.
Yup.
So this is so.
Yup.
I don't know. If
That's my girl. That's the one. That's the one I am all about.
I thought
that's your girl.
Yes, that is
huh?
my girl.
That one's yours, huh?
Oh yeah, I forgot about her. She was one of like.
Why do I remember?
Totally
these
forgot.
things?
Totally forgot about her. The thing is, shit. What the fuck was her fucking name again? God damn it.
Man, you're gonna be putting me to work when editing this, bro.
I'll figure it out. I just started following her on the thing is I just started following her on fucking Twitter. And she, from what I understand, is an indie VTuber out of America. And her whole stick is that she is a moth girl. However, one of the things that's cool about her is that she has, like, she modeled 3D rigged and 3D rigged her whole entire, like, model. And she has 3 different models, too. Which is really, really cool, actually, that she went out of her way to go and do all of this just for the slight chance of becoming famous. But she's killing it. She's great. She's killing it. She has a baby moth like form of her She has a normal moth version of her that a lot of people call her mommy.
Jesus
And then she
Christ.
has like an eldritch horror version of her model.
That people
is
call
just,
daddy.
It's got like, yeah, probably, and it's just fucking horrific. It is the scariest fucking VTuber model I have seen ever. And she like also like, she has a voice changer for it too that just adds on to it, and it's great. It's fantastic. She does streams where she'll upgrade her model. Like, she'll do routine maintenance on her model and stuff, and she'll stream her doing that. And it's really cool to see the process of it all. So yeah,
Okay.
that's relatively speaking my whole entire shtick on VTubers. There's definitely a lot that I missed out on. If you are interested in VTubers,
That's sad even for you.
Yeah, that's sad even for me. If you're in, oh wait, no,
the fact that the content has now evolved
I forgot
so
about
much.
Nanners. Damn it,
Nanners.
That's the last girl in V Shoujo. Yeah, Nanners is a cat girl. She basically grew up on 4chan.
Not
so
the
a
cat,
lot of
not
her
the
shit
4chan
is just like
cat
4chan
Jesus
girl.
cringe.
Christ.
A lot of
My
her shit is like
favorite.
4chan cringe. It's pretty bad.
Perfect.
But I kind of like.
You love to see
like
it.
watching her shit. It's good. It's good stuff. But yeah, that's basically the whole entire rundown of like VTubers that I know personally. So if there's a lot of shit that goes into like VTubers. There's a lot of other indie people that are really good that I don't even remember their names. So yeah, fucking go
At this
out,
point,
go
yeah,
do your own
it's
research
the taste test
and have fun. VTubing is a rabbit hole, and it is probably the worst addiction you will ever have.
I do have a.
The fact that you call it an addiction is fucking horrifying.
I was gonna ask, when is the fusion of OnlyFans and and VTubing gonna combine? But it sounds like they already got that covered.
They do. They really do. But I've also, because like from what I've researched in Super Chat alone, like they have like been speculated to make up to like 1.5 to $2 million in just Super Chat alone.
Big oofs and
that's
chat.
People.
I don't know what that means.
So
but
Super Chat is essentially what like donations are for Twitch, but Super Chat is for YouTube.
Yeah.
And depending on how much you give to the person, it'll show up as a different color. So, like, the highest tier is red, and I think the lowest tier is green. I believe. But yeah, it is speculated that, like Super Chat, like, as a company, like, as, like, a group, like, when they're calculating all the Super Chat shit, it is speculated to be up to $1.5 to $2 million, like, just, like, in Super Chat donations alone. And this doesn't go into, like, sponsorships or anything like that. This doesn't go into, like...
It's like a salary or however much they're just being paid
salary
normally.
or anything like it. Yeah, this doesn't go into any of that. This only goes into the money that people are giving to these people.
So...
It's insane.
So you say it is like it's cool and like incredible that these people are like the indie ones at least are going out and like working their asses off to do this, and I agree with you there. But like for the people that are signed to like a group, does that mean you're basically immortalized in at that point? Unless like you leave for whatever reason?
That is, I think, the background fear that a lot of like these sort of like VTubers have, right? Especially if you're signed on with like a Japanese company who one, own your model, and two, own all of your content. I think that is the biggest fear. However, the thing is, VTubing still relatively
so
speaking,
yeah, if you leave, then like you would have to start from like re-scratch, right?
Like just scratch, yeah. The thing is like VTubing right now as a concept is still in its infancy, so we don't have any sort of precedence of like what will happen to these people, right? They make so much money, relatively speaking, and like they don't really have to like. There's no like there's no like retirement plan. It seems
Mhm.
like they are probably reaching at the moment, still trying to
That
peak,
said,
right?
it
They're
sounds
still
like this is
peaking.
honestly a better thing than being like a regular idol, honestly. Like it sounds safer. It sounds like
It's
you have a
it's
better like quote unquote like relationship with your fans. I mean, you're not literally making them pay for blocks of time for them to stand next to you and shake your hand and,
it,
breathe on you.
yeah,
And take
Well,
pictures of your
yeah.
exactly.
feet.
But those are secret pictures that they weren't allowed to take.
It feels, relatively speaking, a lot more ethical in some ways, but also
But
like
it can
because a lot
definitely
of the time, like
become
a lot,
unethical in
yeah, it
quickly.
can be, but a lot of like I think like Hololive itself is really like taking steps to making that precedent, that making like it as like an ethical thing, because a lot of them are allowed to take breaks,
That's good.
like, and also breaks for like long like weeks at a time
That's
too.
good.
Like sometimes like they'll get like surgery, and sometimes they'll be out of commission for like a year and a half to a year or so, and
Damn.
they'll still, relatively speaking, come back to like a fan base that is waiting and willing to give them money is the thing. Like, like I said,
I
it
guess
feels like
it's hard to feel like a warm and fuzzy about it whenever you always bring it back to, and then there's this giant crowd of simps just chucking money at them for breathing and making noises.
hey man, like that is the target audience, right? Like at the end of the day, this is all like media that people consume.
I
And
mean,
like
yeah,
it's not
who am
like
I to judge the masses, I guess.
and it's
Who
like
am
Who am
who am
I?
I?
I? Who am I? And like relatively speaking too, like no one, like none of these people are asking for them to like pay them, because
Yeah,
like at
that
first
is
this, like I
fair.
said,
I do agree with that.
at the core of it, this really is just like a vehicle to get into other things, right?
Sure,
To get into sponsorships in Japan, and to get into like video game deals, and to get into like, just relatively speaking, bigger, more like businessy things like in
sure,
Japan.
but you
But it
can't.
just
But
ended
like, I
up
mean, you literally set up the similarity between a ChatterBait account and just having a VTubing
and
account.
like
Like
I said,
they are
it just,
parallel now. With
yeah, it has just turned out that the culture has
they are the
like in the
same
past like
people.
5 years,
Or
4 or 5
devolved.
years, has evolved rapidly into
Like
this.
I would argue
Because
that they are the same
degeneracy,
people, probably, or a similar
yeah,
caliber.
it's because degeneracy knows no limits. When you give a degenerate a foot, they will take a mile
They will
easily.
lick at the entire mile with their
They will sniff
with their
every
dirty
inch
They
of
tongue
it.
will
and
give you a
nose.
they will give you $1 for every foot they travel on that mile, while they lick and smell and fucking do anything
What,
they can to get
one
close
of my
to you.
favorite memes is this like image of uh millionaires, billionaires, and then like a picture of a furry, and it says wealthy eccentric furries.
Yeah,
It's
man.
like they just have
It really,
the fucking Tommy Wiseau bottomless bank account, bro. I don't know where they get their money from.
yeah, yeah, dude.
Like what
It
that is the
it just
question, I guess, is ultimately,
just be
are
like that.
these adults healthy? Are these healthy adults that know exactly what they're doing? If they are, good on them. Simp as hard as you want. I don't give a shit. But
Like
if you're like mentally this is like
unstable,
your
yeah,
only
like
stimulus and like relationship is this parasocial relationship where you send $1,000 so that Zubazaba can halfway say your name in a super chat. Then like, bro, you need help. You need
Yeah, but they love you.
yeah,
you
we
you
love
you will
them.
never
Remember that
you
they
will
always love you.
they aren't gonna become your 2D 3D waifu, bro.
That's
Open up
just
your
like
eyes.
That doesn't stop. That doesn't stop
I'm
that
me.
built
doesn't stop
different
me
though.
at all. Doesn't stop me at all from sipping real hard. It just be like that. Just be like that.
And only fans.
I hate I hate everything that's happening right now. I just want everyone to know I hate this.
I'm sorry, Matthew. You wanted to have a discussion about ETubers, and you did not expect us to say, "Hey, they may or may not be exploiting people's anime sexuality for
No.
money." I'm sorry. Oops, my bad.
Yeah, that's fair.
And,
I'll take
and I'm
that L.
not saying,
I'll take that L with
and like
pride.
I said, I'm not saying specifically that the girls are encouraging it. I'm just saying that the parallel between the ChatterBait account and the regular like VTubing streams and the veracity in which people will like donate
Go to sniff just
to
one armpit.
for them to just be called a degenerate
Just give it to
in
me.
the super chat, or for them to like look at it and just make like a face and not even respond.
It's honestly, it's why I get up in the morning. Is so I can make sure
And I
that
guess
this 47-year-old man disguised as a 19-year-old girl can
but
eat
I guess
tomorrow.
also to be fair, like some of like the Twitch and like super chats, people can like fudge that, right? Where like they can take it back or like fuck with it. Where like
I don't know, because I've never actually like given
I've
money, because that's where I draw the line. I draw the line at giving like actually,
no dollars
because I know,
need to eat.
dude.
Matthew needs
Dude,
chicken
I know,
tendies.
like, I know the moment it starts. I know, like,
the
there's an
floodgates
immediate
will open
addiction.
because now it's
There's
okay.
that is an immediate addiction waiting to happen, and that's the reason why I've only dropped my like Twitch Prime on like one person. Because I know the moment I start giving money to these VTubers is the moment where my brain rationalizes out that it's okay to keep doing this.
Absolutely. The serotonin
So, like,
hits different, baby.
the serotonin hits differently when they say my name live on chat. Thank you, Matthew, for the $200. I gotta donate more money.
Thank you, Matthew.
I gotta give her my
Coon.
entire paycheck for even though
Fuck.
she's gonna say my name in the same way if I sent her $5.
My life savings going straight to her, bro.
She knows I
all of my
exist.
bitcoins. I'm mining my every fucking family member's computer for Bitcoin to send to this one girl.
This girl needs a new PC. I got her. I got you, queen. I got you, queen. You need a 3080? I can't even get a 3080 right now. I got you.
You need the $700 dildo? Bet.
Queen,
I'll buy you
I got
two.
you.
Dude, at what point?
I got you, queen.
At what point is this is this anime chick just fucking your wife?
She just,
she just had sex with your wife.
dude. If that's what she wants, bro. First of all,
Who, the anime girl or your wife?
both, man.
Doesn't matter. You're a simp
Yeah, it
either
doesn't
way.
matter, man. Doesn't matter because I'm already giving money, which I'm not actually, because like I said,
And
I
also,
know
Again,
you're forgetting,
I don't
James.
know about that.
She has multiple husbands because you're not the only one giving her $1,000
I'm
in
not-
the chat.
I'm actually competing against 6 other dudes that are also giving her $1,000 at a
Perfect.
quicker rate
and are
than
in
I
a
am.
bidding war essentially for this woman's
We are
attention.
currently in a bidding war. We are currently in a bidding war with Canada. We have to beat those filthy, like
at what
those
point
filthy,
does
those filthy Canucks.
Yeah,
at
there
what
it
point
is.
do VTubers make more money than like small countries in the time of a year?
I'm telling you, dude,
I mean,
$1.5 to $2 million in super chat
Then that's-
alone. Are you
then
fucking
that,
serious?
I imagine that is well over what they're being paid. I'm gonna imagine they're probably being paid somewhere around like $200,000 a year.
Yeah, and they're also getting supplied
Like room
equipment
and board,
too.
right?
Yeah, room and board equipment. They're also getting
They have
like their 3D
studio,
models updated and
probably.
stuff. No, yeah, they have like an auxiliary studio. Most of them stream out of their like apartments though
I
in
mean,
Japan.
that makes sense with
But
COVID.
like when they do collabs, like 3D like body collabs,
So
they go out to like a studio.
I
do
think
it.
that's another angle we've completely missed is the COVID connection two VTubers? Is there a
I mean-
connection, Matthew?
That is, oh yeah, for sure. There is definitely a correlation between like the explosion of VTubers with like COVID-19, because as relatively speaking, as people having to stay indoors more and more, like what kind of like relationships are you gonna have when all of your friends
So instead,
are
here's my
not
anime
actually your
wife
friends?
that I
Here's
spent
my anime waifu,
$10,000
bro.
on.
I'm sorry, dude. When you can't hit up Tinder, you go to extents that you never thought you would go
Yeah,
before,
I go to fruit.
just to get a whiff
This
of
is
virtual punani.
a power unseen by any other realm.
Bro, I am looking, but I'm looking respectfully. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Very
I am not looking
disrespectful look.
respectfully. It is a very
Put your pants back
disrespectful.
on, Matthew.
I can't. They've been off for the last 8 hours. I just can't.
I stink so bad they ran
Unfortunate.
away.
I can't, bro. Like, I need to fill up my My Little Pony jar right now, bro. This is
The
only
last
thing I
one
can
was
do.
No. You
the
don't fill
last
up
one
the
got
jar.
put on the heater.
They're outside the jar.
No, in the jar,
Okay.
bro. In the jar.
I should also bring this one up.
Oh no.
I should bring this VTuber up. So this VTuber is interesting. There is a VTuber who instead of like the relatively like normal face rigging stuff, she has a literal like Hollywood multi-million dollar like what is it, body
Oh
suit
god.
that she
That
uses.
sounds almost like more terrifying than anything.
It actually, it kind of is. It kind of is. And
Like
like
that should be an
because, like,
SCP. It is a fucking like
all-
formless anime girl that like runs around like Slenderman.
so like her whole entire like all of her body movements are rigged to this really highly specialized 3D model that she's using. And on top of that, she can go third person. Like,
Oh
she
no.
has like a
She can go-
camera pointing
She's fucking Neo,
behind
bro.
her actual model. And like she can walk around in a 3D space. It is like a lot of VTubers can do that now. Like a lot of like 3D models are getting more and more common.
The power
except-
cliffing has gotten too high, and they've all just developed this ability. It's kind of bullshit. It's not even canon.
this
How
girl
did
isn't-
it happen?
This girl is insane because of just like the production value that have gone into it. And if I can remember her name, I'll send you a fucking link to it. She's
So
insane.
is
She's
it also an arms race between the girls and how they make their content and like the quality of their stuff? Is that a factor in any of this, or can they just be as shitty as possible and people will just throw money at them?
So a lot of people stay mostly, or a lot of people come mostly for like the production
Okay.
quality.
That would
like
make
that's always
sense.
going to be the first thing. That's the first thing you're always going to see when you see a VTuber is like how like high the production of their model is, because you can get some really shitty models. Like some VTubers have really shitty models, like indie VTubers, but then like you can definitely tell if they're a part of an agency or not, or if they have money, just based on how insane some of their like models can get.
How big are their titties?
But like huge. How big? The real question is how much?
Or how
is
much
their,
of the physics do
their-
they have, I guess.
Like how much physics do they get? And sometimes they get a lot of physics. Sometimes they get too much physics. Which is like every head nod, it just jiggles like way too much.
I thought
It's
they
like,
did that on purpose.
Yeah, they do.
They just get punched in the face with their own breastises.
Their own two breast eyes.
Disgusting.
Anyways, that's relatively speaking all the knowledge on VTubers.
Is that
I've
really
got.
where you want to end it?
Yeah, I'll end it there. Fuck it, dude. If you got any questions, let me know. I probably won't answer them in the comments. I'll probably have Tony like just answer them for me. But hey, man, if you like this content, dude, fucking dislike this video and do not subscribe because I don't ever want to do this ever again.
Tell us how
I don't ever
wrong
wanna-
we were
Too
in the
late.
comments, please.
Please tell me how wrong and how terrible I was at describing VTubers. Please do.
I won't do that, but I'll tell you you're a bad person.
They'll tell you that you don't simp hard enough.
There you go.